Mauser.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Paul on Power, Power System Design's podcast on the latest in power and power design. I'm your host, Alex Pault, and I've got a very special guest today, Grant Imahara. We're here at the Mauser booth at Electronica, and I'm very lucky to have caught this man so we can talk a little bit about, well, technology, right? Welcome to the show.
Technology, thank you very much.
Well, you're a known technologist. You spend your time entertaining and educating people about technologies. How does it feel to be at a trade show like this where it's literally the cutting edge of where it's all coming from?
You know, I think in addition to being an educator and an entertainer, I'm an engineer, and in fact, an electrical engineer. Like, I look at all the booths here and like, yes, I've bought that, I've bought that, I've bought from there. I mean, even on this wall, I can point to at least a dozen people that I have, brands that I have bought.
Well, you know, Mauser is a very well-known distributor in the space, and they have a really good selection of people.
Yeah.
Well, one of the reasons they brought you here, I imagine. So, have you seen anything here that's really impressed you, or is it just you're here and you're just getting all of that viscerally right now?
Yeah, you know, for most of the show, I've been here at the Mauser booth,
right,
talking to people, talking about our partnership. So I haven't really gotten to walk the floor very much, but just absorbing the energy that we have. It's awesome.
Well, this is literally, you could almost call it a mecca for engineers. This is the place where it's only twice a year, this event, and it's the largest electronics conference in the world. So there are going to be some cool things for you to see. But actually, what I'd really like to talk to you about, the future, right?
Okay.
The big buzzword is the Internet of Things.
Mm-hmm.
But like the blind man and the elephant, it depends on what your point of view is.
Sure.
How do you see it?
You know, for me, I think our single greatest resource these days is information. When I first started out as an engineer 20 years ago, it was hard to come by information. You had to subscribe to a bunch of different magazines just to get these little bits of information because there was no internet. And now, young people especially, can go to a search engine, they can go to YouTube and type in, I want to know how to light up an LED. Like if, you know, a young person interested in electronics, and they can find out exactly how to do that. And it's so quick, and it's so easy, and it makes it so great to push technology forward when you have access to information like that.
That's a very good point. Well, that's one of the big things behind the Maker Revolution, right? I mean, I think that's a phenomenal event.
Oh yeah. You know, just in the past few years, there's been this whole Maker Revolution. People who, you know, like make magazine dedicated to people who want to create things on their own. Not just sort of do it yourself, but really exploring things that interest them. And with an open source culture, all of the information is being shared. You have a community of people and a wealth of information that's literally at your fingertips.
Exactly. Well, and that power translates at every level. I mean, you know, even something as simple as like these Google glasses, right? I could sit here right now and take a picture of you. It's almost, we're getting all a little meta there, right? I'm videoing me, videoing him. But the bottom line is that all of these portable devices are incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Cars are getting smarter, homes are getting smarter. Do you see any adoption issues? I know you deal with the public, you help educate the public on all of these things.
Oh yeah.
Do you see any, you know, growing pains in it, or do you think it's going to be a relatively smooth rollout on all of this stuff?
You know, I think that in general, people are resistant to change. Now, I work in technology, I know technology, I usually embrace change. And it just takes, I think for me, a little cool factor. 10 years ago, I would not have believed that my pocket would have a powerful microprocessor in it with a glass touch interface that would connect me to the world and be my phone, my camera, my internet, everything all at once. And it just took making that thing cool and accessible for people to go, oh man, I want that. I need that. And so I think that's going to be the key with all these technologies like self-driving cars, is to make it something that is not scary for people, but that it's something that's cool. And if you have that, then they can say, yeah, I begin to see that. I think that's cool. I want that.
Well, hey, you know, and I'm glad is that cool stuff is out there because, well, we're all trying to move the ball forward, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that novelty toy could have RFID technology in it that's still a little clunky, so that way when it gets more refined, it winds up in more advanced devices, or the other way around. Either something maybe for military comes down to our level, or racing comes in for automobile. So as long as I think there's everyone trying to move the ball forward, we're always going to get those cool things that we're looking for, right?
Yeah, I mean, look at GPS, for example, which I cannot live without GPS technology, and that was a military technology that became available to us and the general public. So yeah, I certainly hope that we see more of that. I love living in the future, because we do live in the future, man.
We do live in the future.
It's super cool.
It is super cool. And I'll tell you what, Grant, I want to really thank you for taking this time to be on the show, and glad to have had you here.
Thanks a lot.
And thank you all out there for taking the time to listen to us. We wouldn't be here without you. Tell your friends. This is Alex Paul for Paul Down Power. Have a great day.